In this video, I want to take you through the 8 stages of a real estate business, starting out from a solopreneur, then going all the way to icon. If you are currently in the business or you're thinking about getting into the business, this will give you a full comprehensive view of all of the different stages of a real estate business, and you'll be able to identify where you're currently at and where you need to get to. That way you can break through to the next level. Let's go ahead and get into it. Starting out the 8 stages of a real estate business, let me just tell you what the actual stages are first. We have solopreneur, seeker, grower, hustler, entrepreneur, leader, visionary, and then icon. Getting into the solopreneur. One thing about you've gotten into the business, but you feel like nobody's showing you anything. You don't know how to get clients. You don't really have clarity on what to do. You don't have leads. There's that lack of experience, and you probably don't even have any guidance or a mentor. The mistakes that you need to avoid are focusing on the hard things. You come into the business and there's so many different things coming at you, but you don't want to follow those hard things that you're just not going to know how to do until you're well down the road in your business. And then listening to the wrong people. You don't want to be listening to the wrong people and not investing in yourself and your business. The goal that you have right now as a solopreneur is you have to establish yourself as the market expert. So that's the one thing that you need to be focused on right now. Moving from a solopreneur is the seeker. The seeker, you're willing to do the work. You've maybe bought some leads, but they've been trash. You've been unsuccessful at that. You're closing some transactions, but you really have a lack of leads. You're spending money on things that don't work. You have inconsistent income. You don't have a clear plan, and your confidence is still pretty low. The mistakes that you want to avoid is not investing in yourself and developing skills. Skills are going to be your best friend at this point. Another thing you want to make sure that you're not doing is chasing those shiny objects. You see those ads, you see those shiny objects that make it seem like it's going to be easy. You don't want to fall for that. The big goal that you have is you need to be able to articulate and show people your value proposition. What makes you great? Why should people work with you? Be able to clearly state that. Now, moving from a seeker, we have a grower. The grower, you got some traction going. You're good at getting clients who want to work with you, but you can't seem to get off that roller coaster. You still have inconsistency in your income and your revenue. You feel like you don't have enough leads at all times, really, and you're tired of investing in leads. You don't want to invest in leads anymore. Some big mistakes that you need to avoid is doing those low dollar activities, meaning not performing at your highest and best use. Stop chasing shiny objects again, and you really should be focused on making calls. You want to be growing those relationships. One thing that you need to do at this stage, you're probably closing around 26 to 48 transactions. You want to make sure that you've hired your first admin. You want to have that first admin doing all of the paperwork, doing all the behind the scenes things. That way you can focus on your highest and best use. And you want to have a solid listing strategy in place that is producing 1 to 2 listings a month. Remember, listings give you leverage. Once you move from a grower, you're now a hustler. You, as a hustler, you have some transactions going. You're averaging around 49 to 80 deals, but you still feel like you're doing all the work. You're burning the candle at both ends. You're the one doing everything in all the systems. You feel like there's not enough time in the day. Alongside that, there's still that pain of not having enough leads. You're busy doing all the work again. That lack of systems and processes in place. Your business has grown, but your systems, you haven't grown them with your business. You're in that constant state of follow-up. I gotta follow up, but you don't have time to do it. right? What do you want to do? You want to hire people, but then you don't know who to hire and who's really going to give you that leverage. Some big mistakes that you want to avoid is hiring a buyer's agent too soon, meaning having that wrong buyer's agent that's not really giving you that leverage because you have back office things that need to be taken care of. You want to also avoid trying to figure it all out yourself, right? Get a coach. You're making money at this point. You have a little small team. You need someone leading you because you've hit that glass ceiling of your knowledge and probably 90% of the agents at the company that you work for. Your next goal, you need to have 2 key admins that are able to handle all of your listing management, give you that leverage when it comes to you out there getting listings. Moving from there, now you're into that entrepreneur stage. Your business is rocking and rolling, you're making money, but you still have that feeling that things aren't stable. You're still working just as hard, if not more. It can kind of feel like chaos right now. You have all these deals going on, you have people on your team, but you still feel like there's chaos. There's a lack of systems, there's a lack of management for your people, and you're hiring the wrong agents. You don't know what to look for in the right agents. One big thing that you want to avoid, even though you're busy, you want to avoid not growing and establishing that brand presence that you need to have. You should be out there. People should see you. A big goal in this entrepreneur stage is you want to have multiple revenue streams in place and a process in place that lets decisions get made. Okay, you don't need to be the one making all the decisions at this point. You should have key people helping you out with that. Moving from there is the leader stage. You're probably hitting 300 transactions. Well, anywhere between 161 to 300 transactions. You're creating it, but you're still working 60 plus hours a week. You're feeling the pressure of managing all of these sales, getting these listings, and recruiting people. You're annoyed at this point with hiring people. You're losing agents. Your systems are spending a ton of money. You have a lack of lead conversion, and you're juggling multiple technologies, juggling multiple processes, and it's overwhelming. One big mistake that you need to avoid is stepping out of production too early, because you're at a critical point where things can go up or they can go down. And don't think that people won't leave you. When things get unstable, people will bounce and go somewhere else. A big goal that you want to have is you want to have a key person on operations and have listing agents who are going out there getting the listings, and this is going to give you the ability to spend more time leading and developing your people. Now, the next stage is going to be the visionary. You're hitting 300 transactions, right? But there's that constant grind of replacing low producing agents, and you're tired of it. You're tired of recruiting. You don't want to recruit anymore. The agents, they're challenging you. They're not really seeing the value. I'm sure you're giving them a lot, but they're not really seeing the value, and they start talking about splits. You need to give me a higher split. What you want to avoid is you want to stop building on a flawed business model. There is a more solid business model that you can simply follow, especially when you're at this stage. The goal that you want to have for yourself at this stage is to have a clear understanding of your financial model and have built a highly profitable, debt-free business that simply generates you profits. You don't want to be drowning in debt at this point. Now, the last place that you really want to be is going to be that icon stage. That icon stage is the best stage out here. You have the right business model, and it allows you to focus your time on building wealth, adding massive value to people. Hey, you might open up a brokerage, you might start coaching. You being in this icon stage, your job is to give back. You're not experiencing any pain at this level because you've really set yourself up for success. You have that freedom, but you want to avoid the mistake of thinking you don't have to continue to grow. Growth is still important. What your goal needs to be at this icon stage is living out your life's purpose. What do you really want to do in life? You want to make sure that your business is truly a passive income business. You want to grow personally, right? You have a lot of knowledge. You've been through a lot. This is a great time to focus on your personal growth now that your business is taken care of, and you want to always contribute to the community, your local community, your real estate community, other agents. You want to always have that heart of contribution. Hold up for a second. Reflect on your journey in this real estate world so far. Where you stand today, how close is it to where you really want to be? What I've given so far in this video, they're not just steps. They are leaps to what separates top producers from just average agents. But here's the real talk. Knowing what to do and actually doing it are two entirely different things. As a real estate agent, it's so damn easy to feel lost, second guessing if your strategies are on point, or if you're even ready to take your game to the next level. What if you had a navigator, a hustler, someone who's been through the ringer and came out leading the pack? My crew and I, we're not just advisors, we're your battle strategists, your allies, ready to tailor the battle print to your unique quest, ensuring that when things get tough, we're at your defense. If that spark inside of you isn't just flickering, but it's blazing to go down that path, it's blazing to morph your real estate career from where it is now to where it could truly be, that space of its peak potential, then we need to talk. Let's connect. Let's just start the conversation. Together, we can map out a strategy, fine-tune your approach, and catapult you down a highway of not just to success, but to real lasting influence on your life and your career. Keep in mind, in real estate, as in life, it's the boldest moves, the ones that push you to the edge, that really redefine your limits. And with the right guide by your side, the sky is not the limit. That's just the view. This is your moment. Don't let it just slip through your fingers. Tap the link below and book a one-on-one call. Let's not just make moves in real estate. Let's make history. Talk soon.